So I might answer that by starting out with who gets me up in the morning, and that would be happy. Actually, we pretty much wake up together and have a ritual of, I rub her tummy for about 10 minutes, I kiss her 50 times, and then we go in the kitchen, get a treat, and watch the American news together at 4 in the morning. So she's my joy. But to answer your question specifically, as long as I'm living, I'm going to get up every day to answer the silent, but very real screams of animals being exploited and tortured in our world. Happy was one of those animals, and I wish the work wasn't there, but sadly, it is. I'd like to see a world without financial and political agendas. To see that happen, more women need to be in office, both politically and in the boardrooms. We do have to work to balance leadership because the world needs the compassion and solutionary thinking that women bring to the table. Personally, I think we need a shift in Hollywood. Screenwriters need to write more empowering, inspirational stories and comedies. And I'd like to see actresses saying no to films that exploit women and depict them as victims. We need a shift away from what has become a continuous onslaught of stories about rape and torture and murder. The more we see it, the more normal it becomes. And it's not. It's actually not normal. In the end, we need to speak up. We're seeing that happening now, and it's a really exciting time. And our collective voice is actually, right now, creating, a better normal.
Yeah.
I think happiness is contagious, and for all of us to find a better normal in our world, we must create our own happiness in order to help and inspire others. I personally do this by spending a lot of time outside and connecting with nature, and other animals. For me, as you know, there's nothing more grounding to me than swimming in the ocean or a mountain lake. So to tell you a story, just last week, a seal was swimming with me. And she was actually playing with me and some of my swimming friends. And when she turned to leave, she looked back, looked right at me, and waved her flipper. And it was such an awesome moment, that moment of connection and the joy I received from it. As you can see, it stayed with me. At home, I think personal happiness is actually quite simple. When I look into the eyes of my dogs, I see only love. And I believe that their love is a reflection of how I feel about them. So for me, connecting to achieve a better normal has always been connecting with nature and waking up with dogs. They show me how to live peacefully and with joy, even in the midst of all the sadness in our world. And they let me know every moment of the day that I am loved. So that makes me happy and gives me the strength to help others. I think happiness is key in finding your own personal happiness. I volunteer with several organizations in the world that are effective in creating positive, compassionate change. Humane Society International, Humane Society of the United States, and the Institute for Humane Education. These organizations are effective. They work through common sense advocacy and also education. I'm also a big believer in connecting locally, and I do that personally by working at the Dogs Refuge Home in Perth, Australia, where I live part of the year, and the SPCA of Hancock County in Maine, where I live the other half of the year. Many people tell me that they can't go into a shelter because it's too painful for them to see animals in cages. Well, my answer to volunteering is simple, and it's true. When you volunteer to help others, you receive the most amazing gifts back. And love, truly begets love. And there are countless rewards that come with being part of a team of others who care about, creating positive change.
Absolutely.
To be honest with you, I thought about that because I know you told me that would be one of the questions, and I'm looking forward to having tea with you. For as long as I've known you, you've been highlighting the good work of others and getting their stories out into the world. And, by interviewing leaders, you've discovered what makes them effective and how they're able to move forward despite the roadblocks that they encounter. You've collected their sources of strength and wisdom. And I'm grateful that you continue to share this information with the world through your writing and photographs and podcasts. So to be honest with you, that's why you're right on the top of my list of special people to share a morning cuppa with.
Thank you. I'm very flattered. I'm about to cry. I'm very flattered. That's very kind of you and a bit of a surprise. So thank you.
Oh, it's so true.